Hi everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. Today I did something that I did not ever think I was going to get the opportunity to do. I stopped at my local Hobby Lobby and I picked up the new Switch. I have been waiting for the Switch to be released since I seen the little snippet from Creativation 2 years ago. So since they had it there, I figured I would pick it up. I have shoulder issues, so having an electric machine like this is something that is beneficial to me. So if it's something that you're in the market for, I'm going to kind of go over what came in my box and what I think of the machine. It's definitely just my opinion, but here we go. It is made by Ellison. They also make Big Shot, Bigs, all that stuff. On the bottom of the box, I'm just showing you all that information, and that you also can warranty it or register it so that you can get an additional warranty. I'll show you a little bit more on that in a little bit. But I got the starter kit. So the starter kit isn't just the machine. It also included, a bunch of other things, and I will show all of those things. The one from Hobby Lobby comes in this sherbet color or sorbet. It's like a coral color. It's pretty. And I left this part in because I'm going to take all of this plastic film off of this machine, and I thought it's kind of satisfying. Somebody might actually enjoy watching this come off. We'll start by reminding you that I do have arm and shoulder issues, and this machine is heavy. So you will see that I do maneuver the machine, but it takes me a little bit. I have to be very careful. It is heavy. I weighed the entire box with all of the contents, packaging, and everything, and it was 19.2 pounds. So it is pretty heavy. On the box, if you notice, there is that little, or on the bottom of the machine, if you notice, there's the little sticker that says notice. If you were to open this machine up, it would void your warranty. It's your thing. You do with it whatever you wish. If you decide to open it up, that is on you, your money, your equipment. I did think it was very cool that the Switch, Big Shot Switch Sizzix logo is kind of casted right into the bottom of the machine. Look how pretty. It's so pretty. It's definitely very coral. It, I think, looks more coral in person than it does in the video. But I'm just taking all of that plastic film off of it, and I think it's fairly nice sized. It does have these handles on the side. It makes it easy to pick up. Like I said, it is heavy, so it's nice and sturdy. And then here is how the plates will slide out the back through that slot, and then you see right there the plug-in. It has an on button, which is also off, so power, and then it also has a reverse. The cord comes in two pieces. It's the plug-in for the wall, and then that plugs into the AC adapter, which then plugs into the machine. Those are nice if you happen to string it across a craft room or something. If somebody were to trip on it, let's say, it'll pull out of your machine, probably, don't quote me on it, but probably before it pulls your machine down. So these are the items that were in the starter kit. I wanted to pull this one out because it says it's 2 dies, and when I first looked at it, I was like, no, it's not. But it is. It's an outside rectangle and an inside like patterned die, and it's one of those that you could die cut in repetition because it doesn't cut out the rectangle, so that's pretty cool. And then mine also had this flower die set. Those are always fun, and a hexagon die set, 5 hexagon dies. They were nice, and the Sizzix die cuts or dies have the cutting edge on the inside. There was this 3D embossing folder that was also in mine, and then the platforms. Now, I don't know why I didn't realize that the platform was a big one, and I'm very, very excited about this. That is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that I just set on there, so you can see how big it is. There are 4 plates that come in here. You have the 2 cutting plates. They are large and clear. I did want to kind of show the size and thickness. I do believe that your regular Big Shot sandwich will fit through this machine. This just gives you a greater surface area to work with. I did pull out one of the replacement pads that I have for my other Big Shot to show the thickness. Yeah, here it is, to show you that they are the same thickness here. Don't mind how worn my die cut pad. That's actually like the top one. That one's looking pretty good. Don't mind how worn they are. They are used an awful lot. They are very loved. But they are the same thickness. So your regular sandwich would work just fine if you needed to run something smaller through your machine. So there's 2 of the big clear cutting plates, and then there's this A plate shim. And I really liked that it had all of the sandwiches laid out on it, how you would run your product through, and it's both ways. It's printed both ways, so either way can be the top. And then here is your platform that goes on the bottom, and it's also got a bunch of information on. And again, here's the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and you can see just how big that really is. It is going to come in very, very handy. So I decided I wanted to check the machine out and see how it really works. So I put, according to the directions, the base plate, the A plate, and a cutting plate. And I put my piece of paper, and then I'm going to add one of the hexagon dies that came in the starter kit. I have hexagons in my sets, but I do like that it came with these. It actually adds more value to the machine, in my opinion. Also, at Hobby Lobby, the machine was much less expensive than if I had purchased it from maybe another outlet store online. So here was the first big shock. I didn't have to push anything to send it through. I just lined it up. I kind of started it, and the machine was on, and it just took the platform, the sandwich, right through without me having to press anything else. I thought that was pretty fantastic. For somebody that has arm issues, reaching up and touching the button doesn't seem like it would be a huge deal, but I just recently created over 150 baby shower invitations, which was a lot of die cutting and a lot of foiling, and it was a lot of cranking. I actually bought an electronic machine for that, and I had to push a button every single time, and it just was difficult on my shoulders. So once I have that die cut, I decided I wanted to pull out the 3D embossing folder, but I wasn't sure what my sandwich was going to be, even though there is some information laid out on that platform. I didn't see the 3D embossing folder stuff, so I pulled out the pamphlet that came with the switch, and it does have lots of good information. It shows you all the different sandwiches, why you need to do them that way. And when I did finally find the information on embossing folders, oh, it's also in a couple of languages too. But when I did finally find the embossing folder information, I actually read it incorrectly, and see, it is right there. So I tried to make the sandwich for this standard folder, not realizing that I had the 3D folder. So I left this part in because I want you to see what happens when the machine is loaded with something that is just a little bit too thick. So the original sandwich for a regular embossing folder is your base plate, your A plate, no, your base plate, your cutting plate, your folder, and a cutting plate. So you take that A plate out of there. That would be for a traditional embossing folder, and here I just pushed it in. I was all excited again because it just took it in there, but if you notice, it was too thick, and it immediately sent it back out to me. I didn't have to push the reverse button, which is the button that you see under the power button that has the arrow. So here I was like, what did I do wrong? And then I realized that I had a 3D embossing folder, so I needed to make my stack a little bit less thick. So I took out one of the cutting plates and sent it through. Again, Didn't have to touch anything, just put it in the machine and it sent it right through. And I think that that is such a huge plus for this machine that it will, see there, I'm like, this is what I had to do because I couldn't read the directions. Nice. It's nice that the machine knew better though and spit it back out. But there you go, 3D embossing folder. It was no effort at all. I just put the sandwich in there and let it go through on its own. So it was very, very simple. The reason that I was really wanted to use this machine is because I have the Go Press and Foil machine, or Go Press Foil, this one, and it does not fit through my other machine, and I have to crank it every time I want to hot foil something. And I know I could just replace it with the current trending Glimmer machine, but I don't want to spend the money on that. But this does fit through this machine, so if you're ever wondering, if you have the Go Press Foil, it does fit. It fits through here. So that is pretty cool. Here I was just kind of showing you what I use to create the project and reminding you to read your pamphlet, because there are lots of directions on there that sandwich directions, tells you what to use for everything. It's actually really impressive that they can sneak that much information into a little tiny pamphlet and then include it in a couple of languages. I thought it was pretty impressive. And then while I was looking, I realized, oh yeah, there's storage on this machine, and I wasn't actually sure how to open it. And like I said, hand and arm issues. So I struggle with how my hands work. So it took me a little bit. It's probably not this hard to open. But once I realized that you could open it, I pulled on it just a little bit and it opened up. I'm not sure what you could actually store in here. Maybe some dies if you were going on a crop retreat or something like that. Or a pokey tool, something to help you with your die cutting. But I thought that was really neat that they included a little bit of storage in the machine. So that is my unboxing of the machine I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sure I'll do a little bit more on this machine in the future. Thank you for stopping by, and as I always say, give cards generously. Bye!